Good morning, good morning to everybody. This is going to be short and sweet. We're going to talk about hashtag no more third terms. In the past, Congress and Senate were given a small amount of money to live on to kind of substitute for the lack of being able to do their jobs, their own careers and things like that. Whether they had a regular job or they owned a business or whatever. It was meant to compensate them for the loss during that time, because what was supposed to happen was they were supposed to leave their job, come do the job of the Congress or the Senate, and then go back to doing their job. That's why the amount of money that was supposed to be paid to them was a small stipend, because you couldn't afford to keep going on it. At that point, what you do, they would have enough time on the money that they had saved up, and on the money with the money that they'd saved up and the money that they were getting paid to be a congressman or a senator. They would be able to last 2 terms, 2 terms, and then they would go back to their regular lives. That's how that was supposed to be set up. That's how it was set up. So in a way, there were term limits built in, even though it wasn't really a term limit. Now, we all know that there is no way that you are ever going to get any politician to write a bill, sign on it, and pass it through that puts term limits on Congress and Senate. Of course, they did it for the president. Oh, yeah. Sure, we can't have a president that does 3 or more terms, right? We can only do 2 terms on a president. So we'd never had one do it, but they were afraid that it would happen. So, because we'll never get them to put the term limits in place on themselves, it's time for us to use our vote as a term limit. Hashtag no more third terms means it doesn't matter if they're left, doesn't matter if they're right, it doesn't matter if they are part of the flying spaghetti party. Doesn't matter what party they're for. If they have had 2 terms, do not vote for them again. Not in that seat. They can have 2 terms as a senator and 2 terms as a congressman. That's fine. They can have 2 terms in a city council. That's fine. 2 terms on a school board. That's fine. County seat, 2 terms. Fine. As long as they're not running in the same exact seat. Do not vote for any politician that has had 2 or more terms in that one seat. That is no more third terms. That is a start. That is what we need to do to start to make a change in this country. Period. End of story. The other thing that I'm noticing, or that I have noticed, there really aren't any parties. You have this side saying, okay, we've got all these great things for the people of the country that we're going to try to pass through. But then this side says, oh, no, you're not. So it never gets passed through. Same on either side. Both sides end up having good things that they can't get passed through. Well, all the bad stuff, both sides seem to pass through. So, in my opinion, there are no parties. It's one agenda that they keep pushing through. One agenda. No parties, one agenda. So, with that being said, when it comes time for you to vote, don't bother voting for just somebody in your party. Do not vote for anybody that has had 2 terms in that seat or more. Do your research. Look deeply into the people that are running for those seats. And pick the one that has not had 2 or more terms and best fits what you want to see for the future of the country. in your opinion. Make your own educated vote. Look at their track records. Everything on them is public record. You can look at what they voted on, how they voted. You can look at what kind of agenda they've been backing. You can look at everything and make your choice based on that, not based on party. And definitely do not vote for any politician in any way that has had 2 terms or more in that one seat. Period. It is time for us to be the term limit, because we know they won't do it. Plain and simple. They act like they have these parties, and this party is against this party, and they won't work together. That's all garbage. That's all a show. They are the best paid actors in the world, especially in the media. Because they get up there and they make a grand gesture. Oh, yeah, I agree with this. We need to fight this, and we need this law passed. Guess what? When push comes to shove, they don't show up to vote, or they abstain from voting. And their law that was supposed to be good for the people doesn't get passed. Both sides are passing one agenda, but leaving the people behind, because they're busy lining their pockets on what that one agenda is paying. Because we, the people, aren't paying them what they're getting paid to push that one agenda. The lobbyists, the outside interests, all of that money that keeps coming in, whether it be legal or not. How do you think a senator or a congressman is now a multi-billionaire on such a small pay, right? Like I said, no more third terms. Hashtag no more third terms. I'm going to put it up in here. Hang on. And while I'm doing this, hashtag no more third terms means no more voting for any politician that has had 2 terms or more in that one seat. I'm serious. This needs to become a major push. This video needs to be shared out on a massive scale. Everybody needs to share this video. Everybody needs to watch this video. And when you share a copy of this video, make sure when you're posting it to somewhere, make sure to put all the information down about what I'm talking about, and then put down hashtag no more third terms, exactly like I just posted it in the chat. Make sure, especially on Facebook, start hammering Facebook with it. And we need to get it out there. Hashtag no more third terms. Other than that, we do need to do the Convention of States. Everybody needs to look at that. Google it. Research it. Convention of States. If you haven't signed up on it already, you should. But until we get the Convention of States actually out there and doing what we need it to do, hashtag no more third terms is a good first step. Stop voting for any politician that has had 2 or more terms in that one seat. That's plain and simple. You can run for 2 terms. You can serve 2 terms as a board member on the school board, and then you can serve 2 terms on the city council, and then you can serve 2 terms on in a county seat, and then 2 terms in the Congress, 2 terms in the Senate, so on. That's called working your way up, right? That's okay. But if they've been sitting in that same seat for at least 2 terms and they want to run for that seat again, don't vote for them. Hashtag no more third terms. Hope you all have a beautiful day. This video needs to be put out there. Everybody share, share, share. Like, subscribe, and share. Have a beautiful day. Let's get America back.